Welcome back to the Dad Days. If this is your first time finding me, my name's Josh. I make sourdough, whole foods, and non-toxic living simple and easy to apply to your own life. Today I'm going to be making homemade mayo. Sometimes there's just no substitute for mayo. It's just absolutely delicious, whether it's on a sandwich or you use it to make your own sauce to dip fries in or whatever. But I'm not in love with all the ingredients, the seed oils and things that go into a traditional mayo that you typically find at a grocery store. So today I'm going to be making a homemade mayonnaise, and it's so easy to make at your house. It lasts for a couple weeks, 1 to 2 weeks in the fridge. So it's not something I have in my fridge all the time, but when I really want mayo, I just make homemade mayo. It's absolutely delicious. So let's get into it. This is everything you're going to need to make homemade mayo. There's so many different variations and you can make it many different ways, but the method that I'm going to be showing you, or the recipe per se, it's more of a method than a recipe. I'll be showing you how to make it, and then you can play with it and figure out exactly how you like it for yourself. So a rough guide is 1 egg. For every 1 egg, you use 1 cup of oil. Today, I'm going to be using about a half a cup of tallow and a half a cup of avocado oil. Avocado oil is a very neutral oil that just works really well, and I like a half a cup of tallow because it just adds a nice firmness and texture to the finished product that I just really enjoy. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is melting the tallow. Okay, so here's the melted tallow. Now I'll just be adding the rest of the oil to it. I'm using, again, avocado oil. Okay, so we got 1 cup of oil, about a half a cup of tallow to a half a cup of avocado oil. Crack 1 egg into, you want a container similar to this shape. I'm adding a teaspoon or so of lemon juice, a couple dashes of garlic powder, some fresh cracked black pepper, some Redmond's real salt. It still has the minerals in it. About a half a teaspoon. I'll pour the oil in, and then when I go to blend it, I will start with the immersion blender. It's the easiest with an immersion blender. I highly recommend that if you're going to make homemade mayo that you purchase an immersion blender. I'll try and link one in the description of the video. You start with the immersion blender at the bottom of your container. You slowly move it around a little bit, and then as it starts to thicken up, you lift the immersion blender and work your way towards the top of the liquid, and that emulsifies everything and blends it all together, and it turns into a mayo pretty quickly. So we will start that process now. Okay, that's the finished product. It might look a little thin right now, but because the tallow is in there and the tallow was just a hair warm, it will thicken up substantially once it's in the refrigerator. This is a batch that I made a while ago, and you can see how much thicker it is versus the fresh made is a little runnier, but the flavor is unreal. I highly recommend it. It's super easy. You could add fresh herbs or whatever, a little bit of lemon zest, some kind of zest. It's absolutely delicious. I highly recommend it. Let me know in the comments if you give it a try. And as always, stay tuned for more Dad Days. 24 hours later, I just wanted to give you a glimpse at the mayo. I said that it would firm up in the fridge, so I just wanted to give you a glimpse at how firm it gets. Don't mind the mess behind me in the kitchen. It got a little crazy with the cooking that we've been doing. So let's check out the mayo. Get some better lighting here. You can see it's pretty thick. It's definitely just as thick, if not thicker, than a store-bought mayo. So I hope you give it a try. Let me know in the comments. Check you later.